I'm Shiloh from Must Be Stopped Monday, and you're watching The El Cartel Show. Nice. Okay, guys, what's going on? So, we got a lot to get to. So, a little bit ago, I think a month or two ago, there was some news that came out about Young Philly having weird affiliations with apparently a viewer or a fan, if you want to consider them, who's underage. The reason I didn't fully cover this was because I didn't see enough coverage. Also, in the details, in the nuance of the details, I didn't think that a lot of the statements have validity to it. Unfortunately though, I'm possibly wrong. Allegedly. So right now we got Young Philly being prosecuted in Australian jail for allegedly, okay, graping an individual, okay, grape with a G, grape. And so when I first saw the news, like this was a while ago, I didn't think that anything of it. But now that I'm looking at this, there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff we gotta get to. Okay, so we gotta get through this fast. It's a lot. So look, it says British YouTuber and rapper Young Philly has been extradited to Perth to face allegations of R-word. He is accused of assaulting a woman in a hotel room after a performance at a nightclub on September 28th, 2024. When I got news of something happening, which was around, I think, the same time, but this one I think was about a young girl being taken advantage of. I don't know if this is the case, but that's what I was told. Now it gets deep, it gets crazy. It gets crazier because as we go on to the story, the plot thickens. So look, tweet here from Conservative Black Girl says, Young Philly is done. You know how legitimate the allegations have to be for niggas to extradite and arrest you? And you have a current song about being too tempted. Yikes. All right, so I remember a little bit ago, I remember like the first time I heard about Philly was through the song that he made. He made a song called Gray, and I thought this song was actually, the song Gray is sick. Like separate, you know, this whole situation, the song Gray is sick. Like it's actually sick. I don't know who wrote that, but it's sick. And so that's like when I fully like was introduced to Young Philly. Or no. I was introduced to him by the Simon videos, but that's when I like really looked at Young Philly and like saw Philly. And you know, he has this podcast with Chunks, which we're gonna get to in a second. But with this tweet here, I mean, they kind of have validity in terms of like being extradited and arrested, but just don't jump to conclusions yet because there's a lot more sauce. Apparently, there's more. Okay.
To the question, babe. Yeah.
Okay, so here we're gonna look at a interview with Philly talking to a couple of scantily clad women. Okay, and he's basically talk to them, but a lot of people are seeing a pattern in his comfortability around women and how he talks to women and how he acts around women. So I think that a lot of people are kind of trying to put two and two together and say he's showing some weird behavior.
Adam was the only child.
Listen to the question, babe. Yeah.
So there's no other brothers or sisters.
Your hair smells nice, though. What
Thank you.
conditioner do you use?
It's coconut oil.
Oof, your one.
Emily?
Come a bit closer to me, Emily. I don't stink. And your name is
Gracie.
Emily and Gracie, ladies and gentlemen. Got great skin, by the way.
A tortoise.
Reflection. Look, we're holding hands now. See, now that I've won some riddles, she's
So
saying,
as you
"Ooh,
see,
you're
he's
a strong,
very,
independent man."
All of them.
He's very touchy, very closey.
Okay, and you're
Closey touchy.
Ooh. Yeah,
as they
white
say.
girls tick as well. Look after you. Ooh. Don't hide. Come here. Oof. Mind where you put your head. Yeah.
Mind where you put your head
you're
is crazy.
amazing. Oh my God. Great pair of legs as well.
Huh?
Nothing. Yeah?
Yo.
Right, listen, I can't even. You see, if I
kids are
started grabbing
watching.
your waist and controlled you, I would have got excited. So that's why I just step back and let you do what you're doing. No, wait. Let's end it there. Car. It there, yeah? All right, lock off the camera.
Okay, so as you've seen, there's a repetition of him being very close with people, very touchy grabby, very like comfortable. He's very comfortable, almost a little bit too comfortable, especially with people that I don't think he knows them a lot very well. And so a lot of people are sort of looking at pattern recognition, you know. I don't think there's anything innately wrong with pattern recognition, but we do have to look at all accounts, right? Here we're gonna look at another instance where Philly was a little bit too comfortable with a individual, a woman, and he's actually with Speed here. He's with Speed. So let's look at it.
Okay, look, monkey see, monkey do. Not crazy. Choking her? It wasn't like a choke, it was more like a
I mean,
Yeah, see, look.
What?
Choking is
okay. Monkey
crazy.
see, monkey do, bro.
All right.
Okay, look, monkey see, monkey.
You see that he was choking. He's about to choke the bitch live. Or like, I don't know where that was. I don't know if it was like on speed stream or like if it was a video, but he's literally in the car, like about to choke the bitch respectfully. Okay. Now, obviously that pattern recognition is not good. Like, even if he is innocent, you still don't want that to be on video of you choking with it. Okay, so not to laugh. Okay, let's get serious. Okay. So look, there's another tweet that has been circulating, and this one it's a bit of a hot take. So let's look at it. It says Young Philly is the result of a guy who did not get checked by his boys at all for weird behavior towards women. Too many guys allow their friends degenerate behavior. So there's a lot of factors in there because as it is, right? Let's say, for instance, you're a friend of Philly, you're an affiliate of Philly, right? And so it is, as a good friend, your duty as a good friend, as an entitled good friend, to check your friend if he is doing weird behavior innately. But that does not mean that in every instance you can control what that person does. You are the independent variable in this equation, so you can't really do anything in Philly's initiation or want or need to touch women or do anything. He's his own grown man. You get what I mean? So yes, you do want it to be the case where it's like, dude, you're touching on women weirdly, like chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? But innately, you can't really fault somebody at this is their own actions. This is what they do in their spare time. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, if they're doing that around you, then you check your boy. You check them around you, 100%. But in an instance, obviously, the situation that he's getting extradited for, that can be some private doing and things of that nature. So even if it's like to calm somebody's nature of them doing that, if they want to do it, they're gonna do it. And obviously it's a very irrational decision, so it doesn't just stem from them. Like, I feel like that tweet is very insensitive to all victims of R-word, because it's like, obviously if they just had friends to check them, then a lot of those things won't happen. But I think that resides in somebody not being in the like right mental place and having a power toxic sort of mindset complex. If this is all true, I think that's sort of the case with a lot of R-wordists, is that they are not mentally, they have a power complex, or they feel that they could never actually genuinely have an established relationship with the person, so they go out of their way to do said thing, which is disgusting, obviously. But in the case where it's like, it's more so a power complex. I don't think it's ever resided in it's being like, this person's just like, oh, if their friends were there, then they would be okay. Or like, checking someone's weird behavior is just gonna save the day. It's really not. It can help, definitely, it can help. And influencing your friends in the right way is what you wanna do. But it doesn't always mean that in this case, he's gonna be okay and he's gonna be saved. Just is what it is. Let's say. So we have another tweet here at October 10th. This guy dropped a bunch of receipts about the situation. It says a Young Philly situation, what we know so far. Each individual charge, allegedly they got him on CCTV. Oh my gosh. And photographic evidence. Philly has been granted bail, but must remain in Western Australia. Has a court date set for December 19th this year, and must report to a police station 3 times a week. Oh my gosh. Popular UK YouTuber Young Philly granted bail amid Perth rap show R-word claims, must remain in Western Australia until December court date. He is also prohibited from approaching the alleged victim or witness, and must report to Northbridge police station 3 times a week. Barintos is set to appear in court again on December 19th. Now that is not all, because there's even more updates that the following Twitter user showed on the timeline. So, but to preface that, right? That's intense. Now, apparently we got CCTV television footage. If we got CCTV television footage, we're cooked. If we got CCTV television footage, we're cooked. Because how you gonna deny straight evidence caught on TV. You can't. It's cooked. And unfortunately, he's fallen susceptible to this. I mean, I don't say, not say fallen susceptible. Unfortunately, he did this, right? He did this, allegedly. Because the fact that they say he got him on footage and whatnot. Now, what we're about to get into contradicts everything, but we're gonna get to that in a second. So looking at the other tweet, that's another update on the situation. It says, Philly is prohibited from trying to contact victims and witnesses. Philly has been prohibited from talking publicly about the situation. Philly must pay $100,000, smackaroos, and he must surrender his passport. So looking at the tweet by Fearbug, shout out to Fearbug, it says, Young Philly has been granted bail of 122,000 buckaroos with conditions that require him to stay in Western Australia until his court appearance in December. He must also report to the police 3 times a week. Now we already know this, but I think obviously he got the bail paid for so that he can skedaddle. To break this all down, right? I think that this is very unfortunate. And I've never understood these cases with very big popular people going down with things of this nature. And what doesn't make sense to me is if you're such a desired, valuable person, why even attempt it? Why? And in those cases, that's what sparks curiosity to me is to say, is this real? And the is it's real says, well, if they got him on footage, we can't even be like, well, no, it's not real. Obviously it's not real. But then it's like, dude, on footage, it's on footage. Like you can't deny that. But with what's coming up, we're gonna see if that's true or not. And this and the plot still has to thicken because we still have to wait for other responses. We still have to wait for this clause to happen if what's coming up is even what's happening. So look.
Ooh, one of my exes was walking down Oxford Street and then there was a fan that saw me, but she's jumped on, but I'm holding hands like, but then when fans come up and jumped on me,
Jesus.
But then she was tipping a bomber, but where she's jumped on me, what am I gonna do naturally not to fall?
You're gonna, so you
Never
let go of
cheated,
your
I promise.
missus.
Oh, you just relinquish the hands and grab cheeks.
To hold bunda that's bigger than my
cheeks.
girl at the time's bum.
Oh, and it's spilling out. It's more than a handful.
Oh, brother,
Play-Doh
it
batty.
was wonderful.
Play-Doh batty.
Like borderline semi. Like, I can't lie, my thing's a riser quickly as well.
Riser.
One of my exes was
Wait, so apparently he was holding a bitch ass so fat it was spilling out? Is that what I just heard? Even though he had a girlfriend at the time? It says, Chunks laughing when young Philly talking about sexual assault, he needs arresting too. Okay, you can't get arrested for laughing last time I checked, but it is a little bit weird. Now here's even more evidence. Of Philly being a little bit weird and promiscuous with individuals. And now this also brings up the Sidemen, right? Because this video is a moment from the Sidemen 20v1 where they got young Philly on to do so. Now looking at this, right, this is a very bad clip. And the Sidemen actually took down their 20v1 with him on it, right? And you have to remember this video, this video got like 20+ mil views, generating great source of income. And so this right here is like, this is big news. Like this is huge sauce, okay?
Now sniff a seat.
Where are you about to touch me? I'm concerned.
what? You think so?
She
I like
concerned?
Nice to meet you.
Why would she be concerned?
You've had enough of me for one day.
See you later.
Bye.
She's good looking. You just sniffed the chair? Oh my gosh. What is wrong with this dude? Is he real?
Oh my god.
Oh, nah. And so, I mean, it's just repetition of just like bad biz overall. You know what I'm saying? It's just repetition after repetition of just like very weird, touchy behavior. It's like, if you're able to do that on the camera so comfortably, then off screen, it's like, what may be going on? Okay, allegedly. So look, we have even more. Rachel is sending me even more. Oh my gosh. Look at this, man.
Hi.
Oh wow, you are stunning.
Well, from nevertheless on my
Wow,
side,
you
love.
are so pretty.
Thank
What
you.
country you from?
Sierra Leone and Irish.
Lovely to meet you.
Good luck. Take
She kind of sounds.
You are stunning. Wow. And you smell good. And you dress nice. And you have nice skin. And I like the arm tap. And I like your bracelets. I just like you.
Hi.
Oh wow, you are stunned.
I don't think there's anything innately wrong with that clip. It's not too bad. It's obviously the derivative of clearly a bigger operation going on. But in that clip, like in terms of that clip itself, I don't think it's that alarming. You know what I mean? Like if to say like if a friend of Philly was around and he heard that, it's like, well, yeah, you know, the simpy like desperation or like praising women is not that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like not bad to praise women, not to take advantage of them physically. It's kind of crazy, right? But look, check me out. So here's a TikTok that Young Philly posted hours before getting incarcerated.
Too tempted to get higher. Too tempted, I'm inside. I slipped again, but it's mine. Seen her before, but can you remind me again? Selena, I recall, but remind me again. Should've seen her way that bunda arched up. She might be a freak, hiding the rollies from her. I might be asleep. Clean up, have to do it. She might be a thief. Waking up when nothing's a disaster.
So if you listen to the music, I mean, if you listen to the lyrics, he's a little freak. And so it's a little weird because it's like, dude, I mean, it's almost like an R. Kelly case where it's like all those songs. What was R. Kelly doing in those songs? Right? And so, I mean, this being the last TikTok he posts, I'm assuming, is a bit crazy. And why is there always a steak logo in the middle of a video? It's so annoying. Or like Rainbet, all these gambling sites. Like, somebody give me a gambling deal, dude. I swear. So look, there's even more sauce, right? Because allegedly, Young Philly's victim friend speaks out for the first time and talks about the night that it happened. So here's the alleged victim's friend who spoke on the situation. Now, here's the thing. Even after this, there's even more of why there's even more contradictory. So look.
All the time in the world, I'm listening to you. I'm here. We are here. Take your time. Say what you want to say. You don't want to say. It's absolutely fine. We are here. Same
Take too long.
I want you to be comfortable in telling this story because we absolutely need to get to the bottom of this shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting on here for fucking 3 hours to, you know what I'm saying, be rushed. Absolutely the fuck not. So, Cheyenne, take your time. She wanted to go back to yours to get ready for a night with Philly, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Go.
Yeah. So the club was literally in town. I lived in town, so me and this other girl, we were in the club where Philly was.
Okay.
And as soon as she left, my friend that was gonna get ready to go see him. As soon as she left, Philly started like whining on some other girl. Even though all that night, like he was like, you know, telling my friend like, oh, you know, come back with me.
Wait, but were they together or not?
No, they weren't together. Like they just used to see each other. So every time they go to a club together, or they see each other on the same night, they'd always leave together. Like always, yeah.
Really?
So anyway, so that happened. As soon as I messaged her, I told her like, look, he's literally whining on some other girl. She comes back within like 5-10 minutes. I didn't live too far, and next minute he's messaging her saying, oh, come to the car, I'm leaving. And he's literally messaging her like abuse, like saying like, I'm leaving you, I don't care, like, you know. And so I've got a video of this, by the way. So we go to the back of the club, me and my friend, and then the girl that's going back with Philly, like she gets in his car and he's literally shouting at her saying like, no, get out, I don't want you here anymore, like you're taking your time, whatever. So anyways, later that night, it was around like 3 a.m, she goes to his hotel, she rings me, and she's like whispering, she's saying like, oh, like, Siren, can you come like get an Uber from me, like whatever. And I was like, are you okay? And she said, no, like, you know, I need to go. And she's like, actually, no, wait, 1 minute. Anyways, so later that morning, she told me what actually happened. So she wanted to leave around in the morning when she called me, but then she said, oh, you're either staying and take your clothes off or you're leaving. So she stayed because they had history. It's just felt like, you know, he had all this power. Like she felt so gullible in the moment. And when she told me that story, like 8 a.m, like she came literally to my place, makeup on, everything, like from the night before. She was.
All right, can I just stop you there because this is a lot to digest.
Yeah.
Break it up in bits and pieces, right? So, guys were at the club. Yeah. We normally leave together and whatever it is. So she went back, got ready for a night with Philly, whatever. She was taking a bit long. He was downstairs waiting.
Okay, that's crazy. So apparently, wow. Apparently he was being as forceful as possible, saying to take stuff off and etc. allegedly. So look, now this is crazy because when we look at all the factors, and not only this, right? When we look at what's about to come up, I keep anticipating it, but you'll be ready, right? So look, a lot of people are tongue-tied on the situation, and some people are a little bit lost, like they don't even know how to react. Right here we have Danny Irons reacting to the news with his Twitch chat or wherever he streams, you know.
Oh yes, boys, this whole situation, I don't know do you know what I mean? What do I do? Lads, I found out the same time as you lot, probably later, because I'm not gonna lie, I overslept. Lads, I'm as shocked as you lot are. I'm like hand on heart, generally, I'm as shocked as you lot are. Look, I'm just gonna play FIFA, man. Like, let's just chill.
I would be
Play
too,
the
bro.
RCG, like,
I would be too. So obviously with the announcement of this happening, especially because from what I saw and when I knew Philly, I thought Philly was actually really cool. I thought he was funny. Like his 20v1 was hilarious. He was a very funny, likable person. And to see this news, it's very overbearing in an instance where it's like, why would somebody who has such good charisma, is very nice, seems very funny, would have this happen allegedly? And so that raises suspicion for me, right? So as you may or may not know, Chunks, who is a part of a group called the Bearded Squad, which is a UK-based YouTuber group, they have a podcast together, Chunks and Philly. They have a podcast together called the Chunks and Philly Show. Hey! And so it has been canceled. It has been canceled, and young Philly remains on bail in Australia, and he can't leave the country. Chunks is yet to respond publicly. Now, this was October 11th. And since then, Chunks actually has responded, and we're gonna get to that in a second. I still don't understand this complex of how much power do you need? Like, let's say this situation is real, allegedly. How much power do you need? If you're already a performer, you already have, I would assume you have women, right? Would you or would you not have women, right? You're a desirable person, you have nice famous friends. It's just like, why would you ever do that? And I feel like every single time I do these videos, I'm always just sitting here contemplating basic reality. It makes no sense. So look, we got another clip of young Philly having bad tendencies, very bad tendencies.
I'm a catch, you know. Sometimes I don't get why I'm single. I got a long wood and good manners. Like, what else do you want? I got manners, bro.
Make those your vows during the wedding.
Long wood and good manners. Nah, long wood and good manners is it's incredible. Man.
At least when you're taking her back to the bedroom, then you go, no, please, after you.
No, bro. Like, yeah, I got long wood and good manners, so I can get anything. Sicko, man. Sick in the head.
Hello, can I open a bank account, please?
Yes, a girl's gonna sit down at the table and he goes, what do you look for the guy? I'm good at good manners. Hey, it's me. Like, come on, Phil.
Hey, look. Hey, it is what it is. I think to kind of expand on that conversation, right? A lot of people's expectations really do be high as fuck, though. Like, fuck all the bullshit. A lot of people expectations, they be like, I want a 6'5", fucking PhD, fucking Longwood and good manners, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, they do be having mad crazy standards. It's like, and then you produce niggas like this. That's why this shit happens. All right, so look, obviously this is not good tendencies because his expectations and criteria for being a good person, having, packing that shit and good manners. Obviously those are traits that just a basic human should have. Well, I'm not gonna say the first part, but being good manners is like, you should just have good manners, like just what it is. And obviously this is not good. Like, that was a clip from the Chunks and Philly show where they obviously were not too aware of the situation that would have taken hand now. And so look, now we have the footage. Now we have young Philly getting swarmed. Right? So it says, young Philly was swarmed by Australian reporters while heading to the police station earlier today. His bail conditions require him to visit the police 3 times a week and prohibit him from posting or discussing the charges online. So here we're about to look at the clip of the situation, right? He's running by, trying to avoid all press, as you would do, because, I mean, he can't even talk about it, let alone sit there and yap to reporters about the situation. Here he is. It's a nice hoodie. And nothing. Obviously, you're not going to get anything. You're just not going to get anything. You know what I mean? It just seems, I feel like it seems like a waste of energy. And did they even pester them? Did they say, hey, Philly, this and that? Like, you gotta talk to him at least, or say something. Like, you gotta really pester them to even try to attempt to get anything, because why are you even sitting out here if you're clearly not gonna say anything and they can't say anything? It's very pointless. So look, here is where it gets crazy, right? Because here comes the contradictory side, what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. So apparently, Emma Burns, the Australian sex worker who is accusing young Philly of R-word, her identity was revealed by her friends after she got exposed by her friends for claiming she is lying on young Philly. Let's read this again. her identity was revealed by her friends after she got exposed by her friends who are claiming she is lying on young Philly. So after all of this, all the amalgamation of evidence and receipts and all the sauce, apparently it's a lie. And this is why I keep saying allegedly. This is why I'm like, what? Is this real? Is it not real? Who knows? So look, so her friend alleged. So this would have to mean that there are multiple accounts, because we were just talking about a friend of the friend who was on TikTok Live who was talking about the situation, and now these are alleged that either the discussion was discussed on the TikTok Live or somebody's lying. Now, it would be insensitive, right, to say that an Arbor victim is lying and that their case is not true and that there's no merit in it based on faulty claims. But the fact that there's not a lot of nuance, and the fact that there is a lot of nuance, and the fact that we have so many receipts, it only evolves into me saying, well, he probably did it, right? Now, Chunks has finally responded. We finally got a response from Chunks. And his response was very quick, very subtle.
Yes, my peoples, like everyone, I've heard the reports coming out of Australia. Whilst I understand many of you want my reaction on it, as this is an ongoing court case, I hope you guys can understand that I can't and won't be commenting on it publicly. So yeah, I've just come on here to basically let you know the reasons as to why I can't. Love. Yes, my peoples, like.
Okay, so he can't talk about it. Okay, I thought that's what I was sent. Okay, so he can't talk about the situation because there's obviously probably NDAs and clauses signed. Now, to put this all in perspective and the whole situation together, because we still have to wait for all the receipts to happen. This story is still developing real time. We're still getting started. So in the case where we literally are sitting here residing and hoping that either situation is a result, I hope to Lord that he did not do this. He's 20 years old, which is crazy. He's the same age as me. I did not realize that. And the fact that anybody at 20 years old would even consider, I don't understand, man. Because now that I research this, I remember when I was younger, I thought 20 years, oh my gosh, you're 20 years old, you're so young. And as I get older, I still feel like the same person, but like I'm older. And in that instance, I could never see myself doing something like that ever. I don't even care that much to do something like I just don't understand. There are more women than men in this world. There's plenty of fish in the sea, so many options. To sit there and to like do that, it makes no sense. Because think about it. Probability and statistics says this person, there's probably even better options out there for you. Probably, better for you options. No pun intended, or no mention intended, no metaphor intended. Do people ever say that? No metaphor intended? Onomatopoeia intended. Bow. Regardless, it's kind of crazy that anybody would even do this. You have success, you're a performer. It's like, dude, what's the point? And so looking at all the evidence, looking at all the receipts, it still does not make sense to me in any instance. And it's crazy to me because how are these reports happening to people who are popular, who are in this upper echelon of like clout and fame and all that? So I just don't understand the inability to understand that that's not okay to do. You don't take advantage of people sexually in any sort of way, even mentally, even physically, like in any sort of manner. That it's like, do I need to explain that though? Like, I feel like I don't need to explain that, but apparently they explain that. So if you're 20 years old and you feel like you need to do that, don't do that. It's a simple calculus. Dude. So we have to wait for the rest of the story to develop because we still have to wait for all parties to respond. This is still a developing story amongst very many outlets. We have to wait for Chunks' actual official response because he's just got put this like little shit together. Just have to wait for Philly to respond, genuinely respond. Obviously that apology video or whatever he in any way responds is going to be juicy, right? So we're going to make sure to cover that. And also, please don't do that. Don't R-word people. Just don't do that. Okay, if you are a viewer of mine, a returning viewer, don't do that. Ding. You know what I mean? It sucks to see. It definitely sucks to see somebody who's very young, successful, and good at music. Whether you like it or not, he is good at music, right? It's good sauce. If you don't like the music, you're weird because it's actually good music, right? It's not like a thick of it, right? Where it's corny and stuff. It's actually good music, okay? you can vibe out to it. No shots at JJ, okay? But you can actually vibe out to it, and it's good sauce. You can listen to it, you can flourish, you can vibe out. It's one of those, like, you know, this little dancey, sing-songy dances, a little Caribbean vibe, you know? And so, I mean, if you're a good-looking guy, you have friends around you, support system, it's like, what? It's so shocking. It's like, what? And so the innate nature of seeing all the evidence of him talking with women, being very comfortable around women, and there's nothing wrong with being comfortable around women. I've grew up around women my whole life. I'm very comfortable around women, but to exploit them, being super touchy-feely, very weird and promiscuous ways, that does bring up a lot of suspicion towards the evidence of, okay, if we can easily see this on camera, what's happening behind the scenes? That's what's bringing the super suspicion to my brain. I don't really understand why anybody would ever do this, but dude, we just have to wait. Okay, we have to wait for like the genuine responses, but the fact that this even happened is blowing my mind. Truly is. But dude, with that being said, man, that's our episode for today. Yeah. And so dude, with that being said, yo, just don't R-word people, okay? I'm gonna keep saying this, don't R-word people, okay? It's not good. Don't text minors, don't R-word people, don't do any of that. I hope that it's not true, and that we can come to a resolution where people don't get R-worded, bro. Sad reality. But with that being said, yo, it's gonna wrap us over today. So I said it like 3 times. That being said, I'll see you when you're older. Peace.